The world is full of wonders. Some take millions of years to form. Mountains rise slowly, rivers carve deep canyons over ages, but sometimes nature works very quickly. It can create something new right before our eyes. This is the story of Parícutin. It is a volcano in Mexico. It is special because it is a volcano that people watched being born. Imagine a simple farmer working in his field. One day the ground starts to shake. A crack opens up in the earth. Smoke and ash begin to pour out. This is not a story from a book. It is exactly what happened in 1943. The farmer's name was Dionisio Pulido. He lived a quiet life. He grew corn in the state of Michoacán. On February 20th, 1943, his life changed forever. He was preparing his field for planting. He noticed the ground felt warm. He heard a strange rumbling sound like thunder, but it came from below. Suddenly the earth in front of him swelled up. It rose more than 2 meters high. A fissure, a long crack opened in the ground. A grey, foul-smelling smoke began to rise. Dionisio knew this was something powerful and strange. He wisely ran to tell his village what he had seen. That small crack in a cornfield was just the beginning. It was the birth of a volcano. Within hours, the situation grew more dramatic. The small mound of earth started to erupt violently. It threw hot rocks and ash high into the sky. These fragments are called cinders. They fell back to the ground around the vent. They quickly began to build a cone shape. By the next morning, a small mountain stood where a flat field had been. It was already 50 meters tall. The world had a new volcano, and its name was Parícutin, named after the nearest village. This event was extraordinary. It was the first time in modern history that scientists could watch a volcano from its very first breath. Usually, volcanoes are ancient mountains. We study them long after they have formed, but Parícutin was different. It offered a unique chance. Geologists, photographers, and curious people from all over the world rushed to Mexico. They wanted to witness this incredible spectacle. They could document every stage of its growth, from a crack in the ground to a towering, erupting mountain. Parícutin's birth was a public event, a true performance by our living planet. The volcano did not stop growing after its first day. It continued to erupt with great force. For the next 9 years, Parícutin was in a constant state of activity. The initial eruptions were explosive. They shot clouds of ash and gas kilometers into the atmosphere. This ash fell like dark snow over the entire region. It covered fields, houses, and forests. The sound of the volcano was a constant roar. It could be heard from far away. At night, the sky glowed red. Fountains of molten rock or lava shot up from the crater. It was a terrifying yet magnificent display of nature's power. After the first explosive phase, the volcano's behavior changed. Thick, slow-moving lava flows began to pour from its base. This lava was not like a fast river. It was a creeping tide of molten rock. It moved slowly but was unstoppable. It was incredibly hot, destroying everything in its path. Trees burst into flames as the lava approached. The rock glowed red and black as it crawled across the landscape. Over the years, these lava flows covered a vast area. They swallowed up farmland and forests, completely reshaping the valley around the new mountain. 2 local villages were directly in the path of this destruction. The village of Parícutin, which gave the volcano its name, was the first to be lost. The residents had to flee their homes as the ash and lava advanced. A larger town, San Juan Parangaricutiro, faced a slower fate. For months, the townspeople watched the lava creep closer. They had time to leave and take their belongings. Eventually, the lava engulfed the entire town. Only one structure partly survived. The tall bell tower of the town's main church remained standing, a lonely monument rising from a sea of black hardened rock. By the time the eruptions finally ended in 1952, the volcano had changed the world around it. The cone of Parícutin stood at an impressive 424 meters high. That is taller than the Eiffel Tower. The lava flows had covered over 25 square kilometers of land. What was once a green and fertile valley of farms and forests was now a stark grey landscape of volcanic rock and ash. The lives of the local people were changed forever. They had lost their homes and their land, but they had also witnessed one of the most amazing geological events of the 20th century. The birth of Parícutin was a gift to science. For the first time, geologists could study the entire life cycle of a cinder cone volcano. They could observe its formation from the very beginning. They could measure its growth day by day. They could analyze the materials it erupted, like the ash and the lava. This provided invaluable information. Scientists learned how quickly such volcanoes can form. They learned about the different stages of an eruption. They saw how the style of eruption can change over time, from explosive bursts of ash to slow, steady flows of lava. This was like having a natural laboratory in the real world. Scientists took detailed notes and photographs. They collected samples of rock and gas. This helped them understand the chemistry of the magma deep below the surface. By studying Parícutin, they could create better models of how volcanoes work. These models help us understand other volcanoes around the world. The observations made at Parícutin helped to confirm many theories about volcanism. For example, it showed how cinder cones are built layer by layer from erupted material. It was a perfect real-world example of processes that had previously only been studied in ancient, inactive volcanoes. The data collected during Parícutin's 9-year eruption became a cornerstone of modern volcanology. It provided a complete record of a volcano's life from birth to dormancy. This information is still used today in textbooks and research papers. It helps scientists to predict how new volcanoes might behave. It also helps them to assess the risks for people living near active volcanic zones. Understanding how Parícutin buried towns helps us plan for the safety of modern communities. The lessons learned from Parícutin have undoubtedly helped to save lives in other parts of the world. Even after the eruption stopped, the volcano continued to teach us. Scientists have studied how life returns to a barren landscape. At first, the lava fields were black and empty, but slowly, over decades, small plants like lichens and mosses began to grow on the rocks. Then tougher plants and small shrubs started to take root. Today, pine trees are beginning to grow on the slopes of the volcano and the surrounding lava fields. Watching this slow return of nature provides important insights into ecology. It shows us how resilient life can be, even after a catastrophic event. Today, on the 25th of August 2025, Parícutin is quiet. It has been dormant for over 70 years. The once fiery mountain is now a silent grey-black cone. The landscape around it is still dominated by the vast hardened lava flows. This dramatic landscape has become a popular destination for tourists and adventurers. People come from all over the world to see the volcano that grew out of a cornfield. It is a powerful reminder of how dynamic our planet is. Visitors can hire local guides and ride horses across the rugged lava fields. This journey is an adventure in itself, crossing a sea of sharp volcanic rock. The main destination for many visitors is the buried church of San Juan Parangaricutiro. Seeing the old church tower rising defiantly from the black rock is a moving experience. It is a powerful symbol of what was lost. It also shows the incredible power of the volcano. It is a place for reflection, where one can truly appreciate the forces of nature. The climb to the top of the volcano's cone is also a popular activity. From the crater rim, visitors are rewarded with breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape, including the lava fields and the new forests that are starting to grow. The communities that were displaced by the volcano have also shown incredible resilience. The people of San Juan Parangaricutiro moved and built a new town. They called it Nuevo San Juan Parangaricutiro, or New San Juan Parangaricutiro. They carried with them their traditions and their strong sense of community. The new town has a beautiful church, and its economy is now closely linked to the volcano. Many local people work as guides, offering tours on horseback and sharing the story of the volcano with visitors. In this way, the volcano that once destroyed their homes now provides their livelihood. Parícutin's legacy is twofold. For science, it remains a perfect case study, a benchmark for understanding cinder cone volcanoes. For the local people and the world, it is a story of destruction, resilience, and wonder. It shows us that the ground beneath our feet is not static. It is alive and capable of sudden, dramatic change. Visiting Parícutin is more than just a tour. It is a journey back in time to witness the power of creation. It is a lesson in geology, a story of human survival, and a testament to the enduring beauty of our planet's wild and untamed heart.